Welcome to
The Local Lowdown, and
find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for the October 1st and 2nd of 2025 edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. And we've got two folks with us this morning. One's a guest host and one's a co-host, if that makes any sense. So go ahead, Michelle, and introduce your guest that you've never introduced on here before.
I haven't. Her name is Nicole Smith, and she is amazing.
No, I'm not.
Is what I've heard.
The co-host is amazing. The guest host is just maybe.
So I've obviously heard that I gave you way too much credit last week.
I know. Seriously, last week, thank y'all. I have that on a loop on my phone so that I can just hear how amazing I really am.
Make sure that doesn't
Who was griping about that? Jimmy Apple?
Jimmy was.
Yes.
Jimmy was.
Well, how dare him?
I know.
Yeah, and actually one of my friends called me and said, "Hey, why do those people love you so much?"
You say because I come over here when I'm supposed to be at home.
That's right.
And work in the mailroom.
Work in the mailroom. I'll do any work. Yeah. Any work.
Remember that when we have inserts next week. Wednesday.
Oh, I might be busy.
We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
Like Yashik says about Chuck, I'll say, Chuck don't think you're a mighty good man. And Yashik will say, but he don't count.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
He don't count.
Oh, well, you guys count in my book, and you'll like me, so that's good. Thank you.
We're always happy to have you over here.
Thank you.
And you're a big help. And a lot of times when some people don't show up.
Right.
Murray.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
Co-host.
I thought you were asking me about the people who don't show up. Sorry.
I guess we'll go ahead and do the newspapers first, and then we'll any other stuff.
It was a good week. It was a good week for papers.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff.
It's a good week, right?
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're starting off. Yoakum?
Yes.
What you got?
And I know that this water tower has appeared a couple of times on the front page, but it looks like it's now complete or dismantled.
Wow.
And I don't know that I've ever read about actually what was happening, but this was pre-World War II tower.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, that was like older than Murray.
How dare you?
I'm just saying.
As
if you need a reference point.
How dare you say such ugly things
about
somebody who nearly loved you so much.
But it's pretty cool to see how they dismantled it. And so good job on whoever. It looks like Nadine Rex took those pictures.
Nice.
Right, good for you, Nadine.
Oh, good. Color's great.
And then congrats to the Yoakum band. They placed second at their competition. I'm not really sure where they went, but wherever it was, good job.
Nice.
Bringing that pride back. And then on a couple of our papers, I know for sure, but it was Meet at the Pole. Mm-hmm. And that's like a school thing, so maybe you should talk
See it at the pole. See you at the pole. Yeah, it's a nationwide. That's okay.
No, sorry.
Nationwide opportunity. I believe it's the whatever last Tuesday, the last Tuesday of September, I think is the way they say it. But yeah, students show up and pray for their peers, for themselves, for their school district, for whomever, and I think it's a good opportunity for students to unite in their faith.
And they show up on their own.
They show up on their own.
Hasn't that been going on a long time?
It has.
Like a tradition. That,
And I'm thinking if my brain will start it has the year in there somewhere in mine. I have no idea. We'll figure it out when we get there.
There you go.
But it started some time ago.
Yeah.
We have 4 obituaries. Javier Cancino, Please Hollister Jr., Michael Hook, and Derek Booth. Condolences to their families.
You bet.
Yes.
National Night Out will be coming up.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? Coming up Tuesday?
Are you going to one?
Yes, we are. Luling has one. I guess you guys, does Moulton have one?
Moulton has one, and
Shiner has one.
Clayton Kelly with 2 E's is supposed to be there.
Oh, good.
Who's going to go to Shiners then?
I don't know.
And then Hallettsville, you could go to Shiners.
Yeah, you live there.
You live there.
Volunteering.
I am. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
volunteering somebody for a story.
Yeah.
Tuesday's
for a change,
hard
instead
for
of you
me.
getting volunteered.
There you go. Change it up a little.
Tuesday is very difficult for me. The Bulldogs won against Austin Hyde Park, so congratulations to them.
Good job, Bulldogs.
We have some
Classifieds?
always in our papers. All of the papers except Moulton have
Okay.
a church directory, but
Yeah.
Moulton's church directory is included in Hallettsville.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever need to know where
Nice.
churches
I do like that
services
church
are,
directory. Those are nice.
check that out. And then future cheerleaders participate to energize crowds. So you've kind of seen that come through almost most of our papers. Where the mini cheer camp has. Nicole is trying to look ahead and act smart right now. That's why she's not speaking. So go ahead,
I'm
Nicole.
trying to find when it started, the year it
ahead.
started. No, y'all talk for a second.
I don't know what to talk about. You have the next paper.
All right. Well, I was trying to look ahead. Why do you have to tell people?
You'll just have to wing it, I guess.
I guess you're gonna have to
so.
wing it. So, where are we headed next, Murray?
Luling.
We're going over to the watermelon capital of not only Texas, but the world.
The world
bet.
capital.
And
Yeah.
that's your paper, so
All right.
get with it.
Well, it's laid out it's really well done, don't you think? The person
Yeah,
who puts
you
all
know.
the stuff together and
Yeah, I thought I did what
puts the
that one.
pages together.
Did I do that one?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, you must have got confused. Let me tell you though, I'm going to make this announcement for everyone
Okay.
because it is kind of new. But even Clayton this week said, "Do I send that to Nicole for her paper?" No, I need the picture. I do the paper.
Clayton
Not
Kelly
Nicole.
with 2 E's. Don't forget.
So
Hey, I'm not as amazing as everyone thinks I am. It's
Right.
got Michelle is the most amazing, capital A, right?
So let's just make that clear. If you're
not
wondering, Nicole does not do her paper alone, but
Wow.
she
Wow.
is pretty incredible. This week it's going to be Bash Nicole.
Bash Nicole. Back
You
back to
betcha.
earth I go.
But no, she does it. She is incredible to work with. I didn't even say amazing because I
Okay,
don't
why
want to
don't
get that.
you explain what
But
she does
she
and
is
what you do?
incredible
Yeah.
to work with. She gives me the content. She organizes it beautifully. Be Like Nicole is still going to be a thing for this office very soon.
Photographs and copy.
And copy.
And then I
All
lay it
organized by
out.
folders.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I lay it out and try to make it all
So Michelle puts the
pretty.
puzzle together.
Yes.
There you go.
I am the puzzle maker.
There you go. So we had See You at the Pole. Start at
Which-
7 a.m.
Which started in what year?
I don't. You wouldn't let me finish reading.
All right.
And I will say it was great at Luling. It started with a small group of students, about 20 or so. And then about 20 minutes into it, the football team released their practice early so the boys could come over and participate. And I think that says a lot. So kudos to Coach Granado and all the coaches for allowing that to happen. And then the kindergartners, took a trip to downtown. They, of course, walked.
All right.
And you love those field trips. So they made their way to the post office, City Hall, and the library. So did you do that like when you were a kid, Murray?
Yeah.
Did y'all take those
Yeah,
trips
yeah.
to see what all the town is about? And so that was a lot of fun, and I was able to capture them the same day. And then over the weekend, we have a couple of different places in Luling offer community meals. At the Well is one church that does, and that through Feeding Caldwell County. And then the Church of Annunciation, they do it every Wednesday evening, and they feed free meal every week. And so they have a cars and quilts and cars. And so they have a car show and a quilt show, and they have raffle. And last count was $9,500 they gathered together on that Sunday afternoon. So it'll probably go up a little.
That picture of that old car caught my eye.
I bet it did.
I'm into that. But,
Yeah.
I look forward to reading that.
Good.
Hadn't had opportunity yet. But,
Well, thank you. Kappelman's Car they always donate a few cars, to showcase good people, very good people. And then our community article this week was from Ari. See, look, we work with Ani and Ari. I get all confused. From Ari, and it lets you know what's going on with the evacuation center and some other additional things the city's doing. And then we have our police report, and we appreciate those ladies getting that to us every Monday, and the police taking care of business. And then in sports, we had several things that went on. Football team struggling, and then our quarterback got hurt. Second string quarterback came in, and he did a nice job, and he'll be playing for a couple of weeks. And then volleyball has started district. Football's in district now. And then we had our mini cheerleaders, and then our cross country group hosted a meet.
So y'all were playing Shiner.
Yeah, we played Shiner last week. That was who was in that. They beat us up pretty badly. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Y'all have a good team.
I have not said anything other than my point spread was closer than Harris. That's all I will say.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we're thinking about doing away with Harris and just let Michelle do it all. Yeah.
Well, why not? And she has time, doesn't she?
I'm a company woman.
And then we appreciate Luling Chamber of Commerce. We still have a partnership with them where they're putting an ad in for every business that's a member of the Chamber of Commerce. And
we normally don't talk about the criminals, but I do want to give Ani and Arnie and Ari.
Yeah, all the names.
So we did have a little confusion with that this week, and I had to 911 check it with Nicole. But
I had a 911 text.
Right.
Yeah, I had to jump.
But Ani works in our office. Ari works in Luling, right?
At the city. She works for the city.
And Arnie got arrested.
Yes, so we had a lot.
Yeah, we got to get that straight.
We didn't want to put the wrong name.
Yeah, I hope Ani didn't get it
right. We would have moved her up to front page. Page.
All right.
Yep. So appreciate it. It was a good week, and then the football gridiron gurus, they're still choosing, and appreciate Michelle helping me get that in the paper every week.
I miss you winning, Brittany.
I know, Brittany. We're like falling way behind, but holding,
Yes, we still have
Conley. She's holding strong.
Did any guys win anything?
Yeah, the guys are ahead right now.
Oh.
Yeah, and so, but you know what's great? The musicians move into third place.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So the musicians know a little bit about football.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you, because these guys here on the back page, they help keep color pages going in the paper, and so we appreciate all their support.
And last week you had a really weird team. Would you explain something with the B?
Yeah, there were a couple of. I just found some random, unique games so that it wasn't like known.
I felt like
you can't put the Longhorns in there every week.
There you go.
I felt like you were making stuff up.
Does that contest seem to generate a lot of interest?
It does. People kind of get excited about it, especially when you guys talk about it on the radio. Brittany has become a celebrity last year.
Well, there was a time when just about every small town paper had one of these contests going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we don't have any, do we, Michelle?
No, we could do an office one, though. That sounds like
I don't
fun.
know about that.
Yeah, we don't have time.
And you'd like to brag on yourself.
That's true.
Plus, Chuck would probably win every one.
He would not.
And then she wouldn't be happy. So let's not do it. Let's not do it. But yeah, it's been great.
I want to apologize to Mr. Clark for not getting his picture in the paper. Mr. Clark does our deliveries.
Yeah. And part of that was me. I sent the wrong picture with the wrong. It was a whole thing.
Nicole.
I did know, but
Nicole really
messed it up.
It was a bad one. But his grandchildren then had played, right? Or grandsons.
Two grandsons, two cousins were the musical act.
Quilt thing, so that's pretty cool.
So it makes it really nice.
Great.
Where are we headed next?
Looks like we're going to drive down the road over to the Molten Eagle.
Nice. Who does that paper?
I don't know. I guess that's probably the only one that Michelle don't do.
Oh.
I do your classified.
To hear her say it.
Right.
Classified. I did classified for 20 years.
Nice.
Look at that. It's time for him to take it back.
Take it back.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. He wants it back.
That's what I heard.
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't do them, and I never have done them.
Right.
That's always been part of my negotiated contract.
Nice. I like that.
I don't think I negotiated correctly somewhere down the road.
So do you want to go through the paper and say what you did versus what he did in this one?
No.
That's just for mine.
Oh,
yeah, just for yours.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and give Clayton Kelly all his kudos for his two stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Clayton did a Molten police report, and he also did a concerned citizen with trash on the highway.
Nice.
And so, but I will say that since we're going to do it, that I did find from Bob Barrera the picture of the molten quark from the Houtsville Kolache Festival.
Nice.
And I did work on Clayton's picture taking skills and his article.
So really,
there
this front page is really about you.
it's kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
so.
We need to.
I
Okay.
don't know
Yeah.
why I'm even
Why are you
sitting
even?
here.
I don't even know.
Y'all are so mean to me.
No, we aren't.
Bob Barrera did a great job on that photograph, and Clayton's was all right, but he was just a little too far away, and I like him.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
I like
Where you
them
can see.
close up, where
Agreed.
you can recognize the kids and
Yeah.
all.
Well, he got the articles in. It's all a team sport, right?
Exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. Do y'all want to know what I did on this? But no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us
Tell everybody
that
about
one.
you.
This page I didn't do much, but Henry Joe did. Look at him working
There we
really
go.
hard,
Yep, always.
and he had to jump his town crier because he has so much to say.
Well, the reason he had to jump it was because those folks at the top of the page asked to be placed there.
Oh.
And there was a time when the town crier was about people's events and meetings, but we got where we didn't have any activity, so I gave that to the little fella so he would have a column.
Oh.
As if he don't have enough already, but anyway.
Nice.
Tell us about Luby Sports over there, Michelle.
So the cross country team is working really hard and doing great, and they ran in the varsity Shiner meet in Shiner, which they placed second in 1A and 2A. So congrats to them.
That's great.
The high school had an honored guest from Marine Sergeant Gallant. He met with several of the students. Go ahead.
I didn't have a lot of details about that. I believe he's probably a Marine recruiter, but I had to go get stuff off of the internet, and there wasn't a lot of detail in some of it.
Yeah.
But being as I like the Marines,
You do. Yes.
we wanted to get it in.
Oh, definitely.
I like all the armed forces.
Yes. Can we pause here for a moment and me give an update about my child that's at basic training right now?
I bet you can.
She called on Sunday because they get their weekly calls, and we've never taken her. We don't hunt. She's never been hunting. I think she shot a gun one time in her life, and she's
shooting one now. But
She's shooting now, and she told me to call it a weapon, not a gun. And I
There
said
you go.
okay. And in with her weapon, she hit 33 out of 40 targets.
that's great.
So she's like a born sharpshooter, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking.
She
Yeah.
could.
I don't want her up in a bell tower though, or anything. I
Well,
want her
you
like.
know, it's been so long
Yeah.
since I was in basic training. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was in the National Guard. We went for 6 months, and we had,
Wow.
I believe it was 8 weeks of basic, and then the other 4 months you went to your whatever you were going to be. Like I was going to be a tank crewman, so I went to Fort Knox, Kentucky, to their armor school.
Yeah.
And that's the way she'll find that. I don't know what type of unit she's in. Is she in the Luling National Guard?
She's
Do
in
they
the
have-
Army National Guard.
Okay, but do they have an
No, we
armory
don't
at
have one there.
Luling?
No,
Okay.
no, we don't.
We had, in my hometown, Angleton, we had an armory. And
Oh,
we
okay.
already had tanks there. We had 3 tanks, so we were already an armored group.
Yeah.
And I was just going to be
Oh, how
trained
neat.
on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I actually joined when I was 17, and I had to have my mother and dad's permission to
Oh,
get
wow.
in. And National Guard gave me 1 week's delay on going to boot camp so I could finish high school.
Wow.
So when
Good
I
for you.
When I graduated, they were waiting.
They were waiting for you, right?
Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Nice.
That wasn't a nice place. But anyway, she'll find, and
Yeah.
the way it was then, you went through basic training side by side.
Yes, she is side by
with
side.
regular Army.
Yeah, she is. Mhm.
And that's what irritates me sometimes is
Yeah.
when people say, "Oh, the National
Right.
Guard, they don't do as much as the Army."
No.
BS.
They do as
They go
much.
through the same training. What she'll find is she'll return to her unit
Yes.
when she's through, and the people that she's going through basic side by side with, they'll be sent to their units overseas because they're regular Army.
Right, and then she can then she can have a civilian job while she goes and does both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we had, when I was in there, you had to go one Tuesday a month, and then 2 weeks every summer.
Right. Hers is going to be 1 weekend a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of you. Thank you for your service, sir.
No problem. I enjoyed it, and thank her for.
I
for
will.
her. You know,
Thank
it's,
you. She graduates in November, so I'll
That's
be excited
great.
to see her again.
Is she? What is she going to be?
She's going to do engineering while she's in there,
Okay.
and that's going to be her job. And they have an acronym for it.
MOS.
Thank you. Her MOS is engineering, combat engineering. And then her civilian job will be a surgical technician in the medical world. Yeah.
Right.
She's going to be a busy kiddo.
Well, that's great.
Thank you. Michelle, back to you.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have any. I could be quiet. Though.
I know.
It's
I was
okay.
impressed.
That was unusual.
It didn't bother me. There was an annual kids party, and that happens every year. It took place yesterday, so I'm sure there'll be more information
good.
on that in the next couple weeks, if not next week. It's Czech Heritage Month, and so Mr. Fisher is going to have a several-part series talking about that.
Good.
And I think tonight's that Czech thing at Praha. You should go. I don't remember what time or anything.
Okay. We're only in the news business.
We're only in the news.
That
business.
article about the Czech heritage, that's probably in all our papers.
It was in Hallettsville, so I'm guessing, yes. It's not in Luling.
All right.
National 4-H Week is happening, and so next week we'll have a special part of our papers for most papers but Hallettsville. I don't think we'll have one. So
cool.
We'll learn more about 4-H.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Last year we didn't know enough. This year we're going to know more.
We are.
You
And
bet.
Murray included some of the classic cars from the Kolache Fest.
Those are cool.
So,
Clayton Kelly with 2 E's took that picture.
I love red cars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And we had, what's the ads we've got on there?
Gonzales Healthcare, Levack County Medical Center, and Shiner Fest.
Thank you for those ads.
You betcha. And while we're talking about ads, Ayler's is going to be in all our papers.
So Ayler's is inside the Hallettsville paper. Their 65th anniversary sale, and then inserted in all of our papers, including.
Oh,
Luling.
great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
65 years.
Ayler's is a big advertiser for our papers, and we certainly do appreciate everything they do for
Oh,
us.
definitely.
Okay, Shiner Gazette, that's your paper.
Let's do it. Well, there's
the paper you don't
It's
touch,
the-
but it's your paper.
it's the town I live in. Let's put that. So voter registration deadline is Monday. I know I had a little blurb about that and some people, but it is, you have to be registered if you want to vote in the upcoming election. Shiner Fest is coming up. Jimmy's Commissioner's Court is in most of our papers as well. Clayton did a story on the gift program, which I can talk a little bit about, but I haven't got to read it yet, but I did kind of lead him to the story, so I'll just pat myself on the back.
All right.
There we go. Now she's connected to the
But-
There
paper.
you go.
So we were not, do I say we were not Lutheran? I guess that's the right way. We were not Lutheran before the gift program. So one of Patricia's friends, they're our friends too, so we're friends with the parents, the daughter's friends with Patricia, invited Patricia to go to gift. I would think maybe in the second grade, probably third, because it was right after COVID. And so it's kind of like a CCD program, which is what she was previously in at the Catholic school. And she went and she loved it, and she wanted to do all things in the church. So it brought us to the church, and we loved it. And the thing that attracted me most to the church was part of this program, but it's seen a lot in this program, but I think it's overall seen in the Lutheran Church in Shiner, is their welcoming. And so there's over 100 kids now that attend, and I would say maybe, I don't know if it says, it may say in this article, but I don't think it's even 50% are Lutheran, or at least members of the church. But they all come, they all learn about God, they get a meal, they worship together, so it's very cool. It's every Wednesday night for this particular program, but the Lutheran Church also offers the 5th quarter for home games on Friday nights from 7th through 12th grade, I think. So they're doing big things with the youth of Shiner. And
Nice.
I'm happy to see
That's
it.
great.
Right.
Always.
You bet.
Read about it. More stuff going on, of course, and the reprint of Mr. Taylor is in the paper, so make sure if you missed the article last week, you should definitely check it out.
He's definitely worth 2 prints.
That's
got
right.
all that fixed. And
We got it all
got
fixed.
it fixed online on our website.
Yes.
So
Good.
everything's fixed.
All good there. Some swim results. The Shiners see you at the pole. Both Shiner football teams did come up victorious last week.
Over Luling.
And St. John. I don't know. That's a lot of X's and I's.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Which
Is it
one?
23rd?
I'm sorry, were you...
St.
yeah,
John,
that's
23rd.
23. Those are Roman numerals?
Yes. A lot of X's
I have
and
trouble with
I's.
those too. When you get my age, they get real,
When you have a V and you have to subtract,
There
and
you go.
I don't like
So I
that.
didn't know if there was any subtracting.
You're
but,
good. No subtracting there.
Congrats to those two teams. St. Paul will host their homecoming this Friday night. Shiner will have theirs next Friday night, and Shiner is off this week.
Okay.
I don't think that when we were in the Yoakum paper, did we mention who they're playing this?
No, do you
know?
know?
You don't have to go back.
When we get in Hounsel, I think Chuck has it listed.
Okay,
I can
yeah.
look then.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
They're playing Blanco. Blanco?
Blanco.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right.
Why does Harris say pick 'em?
So that you can circle them, I guess.
He didn't give a score. See, we're paying him for nothing. I'm telling you.
No, it says Cuero by 31 over
We're-
Harlingen.
Excuse me, we were
What?
doing yoga.
No, but I'm looking.
Pick 'em.
Oh, just in June. Oh, I see where you're reading. Meaning maybe it's equal? He doesn't know?
Maybe you should get fired.
No, that's what it is. They don't know for sure. They look at it as a toss-up.
Toss-up.
All right.
It's
well,
no big deal.
everything is a big
And
deal.
meet the athletes.
Meet the
Appreciate
athletes. Thanks to the
sponsors.
yes, for that.
And
of course.
classifieds. We've got to say the classifieds.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
You might find something you didn't know you needed.
yes,
Good
that's my
job.
favorite.
And Southside Bank had ads both of their celebrating 105 years in Moulton and Shiner.
Correct.
So thanks to them.
That
and
is
then
great.
You can see some of the pictures of the gift program. Do you see my kid, Nicole?
I don't know. Is she in it? If she's not in it, it's the wrong picture
I'll
then.
have to talk to Chuck Groff and see if there's any nepotism involved.
I
there.
feel like y'all didn't get her in this picture. And now there's her friend Austin, and he's really tall, so she's probably in that row, but you can't see her.
Oh, my.
Wow.
I want a reprint.
Reprint.
All right. Time to go to the flagship newspaper, the Hallettsville Tribune Herald. I don't know who does the layout, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Wow, I think whoever does it did an amazing job.
Oh, yeah.
It does look good. It does look good.
So lots of Kolache Fest. There's a lot of parts of Kolache Fest.
Okay.
From dancing to obviously dinosaurs. You can't start a parade without the Corps of Cadets.
True.
Right? Is that what it's called?
Or you need the flag to
The
right?
color guard.
Color guard.
guard. That was it. I knew it. I hit the table. But anyway, check out Kolache Fest and a little blurb about that. We have Fire Prevention Week going on. Now, I used to do posters. Do they still do that? 'Cause
I don't
my kids
know.
never done
Yeah,
posters,
my kids,
so.
I don't think have ever done a prevention poster,
did you do
I
that?
did. Fire and then quit smoking, and they had us doing
Yeah.
posters for all kinds of things in elementary.
October is the month for a whole lot
It's a
of
whole lot of stuff.
It
It,
is,
really
right?
is. It really is.
Henry, I think there's the other part of my paper. Never mind. Hold on, guys.
Are you missing the middle
Yeah,
part?
you can keep talking.
Oh, yeah, you're missing pages 3 through 6.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Henry Joe Yashek's Town Chatter. Does
Yes.
he have a different question of the week?
Right there, there's a question of
Yeah,
the week.
that's a trivia
Oh,
question.
wait, I guess that
Yeah.
was Ayler's.
Okay,
Never
you might
mind.
go ahead and read that.
Okay.
This is Henry Joe Yashek's trivia question for this week, folks.
What was the name of the American League baseball pitcher who became the first pitcher to win 24 games in a season before the age of 21? So, American League pitcher,
There's a
24
lot of
games
picture in
before
that.
21.
That's probably not a new question, is it?
No, I think it's an
We
old
carry
one.
on. He
Right.
goes a couple of weeks.
Sure,
I don't know
sure.
exactly how he works it.
Do you know baseball trivia?
No,
Is that
I
something
really
you keep
don't.
up with? I don't.
Football is my thing.
Me too.
And,
Me too.
I never was. Of course, if my kids were involved with something, well,
You would- yeah.
But,
Sure,
I feel like he doesn't know it, and that's why Henry does it. So he doesn't spoil it.
Okay. I
Yeah,
like
because
that.
if I know the answer, I
Oh,
tend to
do
give it out.
you tend to like? Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
What about that obit?
This was on our front page last week about the accident he was in, but condolences to the family of Daryl James Mosey Mo.
Yes, he was a well-known person here. I didn't know him personally, but a lot of other folks did, and he loved to fish, from what I can
Oh,
read.
that's great. That's great.
So you're right. Condolences to his family
Thinking
and all his friends.
Yes.
All right, and we have National 4-H Week. One of the other October fun
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Right.
Is it autism too?
I
think it
is
is.
it? Yes. Or it's-
Hispanic heritage too.
It is. Mhm.
Czech heritage?
Uh-huh. Lots.
Yes.
Lots.
And we thank Dr. Wilkinson. She had her grand opening last week, and
Oh,
she's
fun.
thanking all the people who were part of that. And so Margaret had a really hard time with this. She's going to be mad when I said this. But she
Uh-oh.
said she didn't understand it. But the doctor is in means she's now in Hallettsville
Yes.
at her clinic
Right.
and at her home because she
Oh.
has moved to Hallettsville.
Oh,
So
cool.
she's in all those places.
And that really is us. When you're in smaller towns, rural town, we still need doctors, right? we
And
need
she
medical
does house
services.
calls,
Oh,
which is-
wow.
That is very unusual.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's nice. What
happened?
happened in sports?
Well, the Brahmas won.
Okay.
The Indians were off.
Okay.
It looks like volleyball both had a rough week, possibly. But I think Hallettsville played Columbus, which Columbus is very
Oh,
good.
very good. Yeah.
I don't exactly know who the Indians played. They actually won, so I'm sorry about
Well, Hallettsville
You're
played
saying that.
Beeville.
No. We're talking about volleyball, Murray. Stay
Oh,
focused.
well, I just
Stay
got-
focused.
I just got through saying football. So I thought,
Gosh, stay focused here. This week, Hallettsville will in football will play Rockport Fulton,
there you go.
Nice.
and Sacred Heart in football will play San Antonio St. Anthony.
Good luck.
We have the athletes of the week. Meet the athletes. Chuck finally got some soccer in.
Hey, youth soccer.
You know,
Yay.
it takes him a little bit.
Who sponsors that, Michelle?
I have no idea.
Athletes of the week.
Oh, athletes of the week are sponsored by Darjlik Automotive, Tex Propane, Sacred Heart Federal Credit Union, Hallettsville Lumber Company, Next Level, Napa, and Cuero Livestock.
Thank you. We appreciate the sponsorship.
You bet.
Crossroads Bank will be having an open house on Thursday the 16th, so that'll be coming up in the next couple of years. A new series done by one of our partners out of Caldwell, Texas, right?
Okay. I don't know.
Is Roy Sanders, and Roy came to Hallettsville, and he's been working hard. And we thank our sponsors for this section. It's going to be the Lavaca County Agribusiness section. And he has 2 great stories all about agribusiness.
How
So,
frequently will that come out?
I think once a month.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It's a good looking section.
The whole paper just popped.
It's just outstanding.
We
It
have
is.
some classifieds.
We're just glad to be in the same room
Yeah.
with you, Michelle.
I'm sorry, but we're going to talk about it. So, Lavaca County Farm Bureau has a new agent. And Ani, she's a hard worker.
Yes, she is.
And so she took it upon herself to go take this picture. One, because her friend Audrey works there. I
Okay.
think, so she got a little chat time in.
Okay.
Because it took a long time to take a picture.
But we are a team here.
But we
so,
are. So
yes.
we don't cast stones.
No, we don't cast stones.
No.
Well, some of us do. But anyway, and when I got the picture to do the ad, the first picture, it said Lavaca County Arm Bureau.
Because the person was standing in front
right
of the
in
F.
front of the F. And her arm was directly
Yes.
where the F
It
was.
was pretty. It was kind
So
of
it all
humorous.
made sense, except that that's not what we are or we're advertising. So after Margaret and I laughed at it probably for 20 minutes straight, and I called Nicole, she laughed. Ani decided to call Farm Bureau and ask for a redo, and she got it right the second time. Of course, she wasn't sad to go talk to her friends again, not to cast stones.
No, because no one in this room ever talks
Or wastes
very long
time.
at work, right?
No.
No.
We are all very focused,
You're right.
work driven all the time.
Okay, are you through with the papers?
I am.
All right. We've got the Come and Take It event coming up in Gonzales this weekend. It starts Friday. Today is October 2nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the day the first shot was fired at Gonzales for Texas independence. That's why the celebration, for those who don't know.
Why are you looking at me?
They have a big parade. They have
Look at it for the school.
They have a car show. They have a battle reenactment where they
Cool.
fire the little cannon.
Uh-huh.
The history behind it is that Gonzales was the farthest west settlement in Texas in 1835. They had a lot of problems with Comanche Indian raids, and people living in Texas at the time were Mexican citizens. So the Mexican government gave Gonzales a little cannon to protect themselves from the Comanche Indians. After trouble started between Mexico and Texas was trying to get independence, the Mexican government decided they wanted that cannon back. So they sent troops from San Antonio, was their garrison, to Gonzales, and in the meantime, the people in Gonzales took the little cannon, dug a hole, and planted it in a peach orchard where they couldn't find it. Then, when they found out these troops were coming, they dug it up, cleaned it up, got it ready to fire, and when the Mexican troops were on one side of the Guadalupe River, the Texans were on the other side, the Mexican soldiers said, "We come after that cannon." By that time, the settlers had raised the army, and they were on the other side of the river, and they said, "If you want this cannon, you've got to come and take it."
Nice.
That's where it comes from.
Good story.
Just
yeah.
in case you didn't know, Michelle.
In case you didn't know.
Nice.
No, I do encourage people, if you like history and all, they have on the outskirts of town, they have a little place called Pioneer Village, and they have old cabins they brought in that you can go and look at these cabins. And they have the battle reenactment there. They have the Texans, and they have the Mexican Army.
Oh, cool.
And it's pretty cool.
That's
to
neat.
see. So,
yeah.
anyway, I wanted to let people know about that.
Good.
I lived up there 18 years and worked for that paper, so, I haven't forgotten too much about it. And then, of course, we had the Kolache Fest, and I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed that. Did you go, Michelle?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I was at a band competition.
Oh, okay.
She's being a mom.
And we've already thanked Taylor's for all their ads. I'm looking at my notebook. Campside Chatter comes out next week, correct?
Yes.
It's in all the papers but Luling.
No, it's in all the papers.
It's in Luling,
Yes,
too.
it is.
Hey.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. What do you want to talk about, Michelle? Would you like to talk about?
Is there any news going on? Any news? Any updates?
Was there
We're the newspaper.
Was there any mistakes made, or maybe people didn't know that sometimes we got things right when they didn't think we did?
It does happen.
Sometimes the people in the news know information.
Yeah.
Before the
you're
public.
right, and then I can, how do I say this? Folks, this podcast is not owned by the newspaper.
Right.
So
Here's
don't
disclaimer.
Anything that's said here, don't take it out on the newspaper.
No.
You can take it out on me because I own it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I'll take
His
it
name
out.
is Murray Montgomery.
And then I'll take it out on the co-host. And the guest host, we won't include her.
Oh, thank
isn't that
you.
nice?
No, I know we had an article and we had a headline about a certain event here in town, and we got some flack. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Sure.
About how we wasn't thorough enough. And
we had it wrong, is basically
we
what
had
they
it
said.
wrong, according to some people.
Yep.
Well, we found out in the last few days that no, we didn't have it wrong, and it was right.
Mm-hmm.
So Michelle's headline was correct,
Mm-hmm.
and so any of you that had problems with it, Michelle, I'll let you. If you want to say something about it, well, that's fine.
I just want to say that sometimes before you take your voice to a writing platform, which is way easier than if you came to me in person.
Sure.
Or any of us in person.
Right.
Some people are very fine coming to person and still telling you that you're wrong. But I feel like Facebook and different platforms like that have made it easier because, I think on that, I don't think any of us responded or, said, nope, that is right, or that's ugly, or we just didn't respond.
Exactly.
We took what I would say is the high road because it didn't deserve a response. But before you do that, make sure you understand that we are doing a job. We're doing the best we can with the information given to us, and we're putting it out there. We're not liars, I guess, is the biggest thing. Our goal is to never give out information that isn't correct. Does it happen sometimes? It does, and it's always by mistake.
But not intentionally.
Yes, intentionally. We didn't put the wrong picture in the paper intentionally.
Right.
But that did happen last week. So there are times. But before you go accusing, first of all, contact us first.
Yeah.
And
say, hey,
ask us, how did you know?
You guys have more information than I do? Yes.
Yeah.
And or contact the owners, but don't blast people for doing their job.
No.
In whatever profession.
And you don't have to get on Facebook and start yucking it up about a mistake.
Right.
When all you have to do is come down here to our office and we will correct it immediately if we made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
It will be printed in the next paper that we made a mistake. But
this wasn't a mistake.
Yeah.
This wasn't.
Yeah. So you need to think about that
and just think about if we printed that each person's name that wrote on there that said we made a mistake, that now clearly they were wrong and we were right. Would you want to be on the front page for that?
No.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do every week. And when you tell us we did it wrong, that's what you're doing, is basically calling our name to the front page for being wrong.
We have no problem whatsoever with correcting our mistakes.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. And I don't know, sometimes after you hear so much about what you did wrong, and like Michelle said, how would you like your name on the front page when we were right and you were wrong?
And you were wrong, which you guys wouldn't do.
We don't do that.
No.
We don't do that. And we thought about this a long time before we decided to respond. And there again, this isn't the paper responding. This is Murray Montgomery's podcast. So if you don't like it, come after me. Don't bother
His
me.
editorial right here.
But we are very lucky at the paper. We are a good team, and so we come together, and when stuff is written, we're able to talk to each other and usually laugh about it. We laugh at you. So if you want to be a laugh at the paper, know that we are laughing at the fact that you're making fun of us, because regardless, it sticks in our brains. It's hard to take. Because you don't want to be wrong, and it scares you.
It scares you that
that
that's
you
the
could
part,
have been
right?
wrong.
Yeah.
And one other thing, no matter how much if you enjoy us being wrong, the people that put our newspapers together, if we make a mistake, there's nobody feels worse about it than we do.
That is very
That's
true.
very true.
We are, I guess the word would be perfectionists.
And have integrity, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We want everything to be exactly right. We don't want to make any mistakes.
Right.
You stop and think about it. If we make a mistake, say on an obituary, which can happen.
Sure.
And,
sure.
We own up to it, and we try to correct it as soon as possible. We're a weekly paper, so we can't correct it immediately.
Right.
But we do correct them.
But when you have the news early, you have the news before the public knows, I think it's okay to put it in the paper.
Yep. Several of our bosses were here about a week ago, or maybe longer, I don't remember. But we were talking about our website and our Facebook pages. And because we are a weekly paper, like we can go to press yesterday and something can happen yesterday afternoon.
Sure.
Like a terrible car wreck or something like
Yeah.
that. We don't have it. We won't have it till next week.
Yeah.
So we discussed that, and we all agreed that anything happens like that, breaking news, immediately goes to the Facebook pages.
Sure.
Where people can see it right away. Mm-hmm. That's the best we can do with that.
Right.
But anyway, that's all I've got to say about it.
Okay.
If y'all got anything you want to.
There's some proclamations that didn't get in the paper in Luling. Do you want to mention?
Yeah,
Do
I can
know
say
when
thank
they
you.
are
Yeah,
there?
I do. Tuesday, the 10 a.m. at City Hall in Luling, they're going to be doing 3 different proclamations. And then at the City Council meeting on Thursday evening, there's 2 proclamations. And like you said, they'll appear in the next paper, right? And so definitely keep up with that, and that'll be on Facebook as well. Thank you, Michelle.
Do y'all have a website, or do you have just a Facebook page?
We have a website and the Facebook page.
Okay.
Mainly just the Facebook page is what we use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you maintain the website, or does somebody else do that? Or?
I don't. The only thing really on the website is the front page of the next edition and how to subscribe.
Okay, but that's not part of our website, is it?
No, they have lulingnewsboy.com.
Okay.
We do, yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything else they want to say before we close this out?
No, thank y'all for inviting
I
me.
kind of feel like it was boring this week.
No,
You wanna talk about
we
something?
talked about you and your wonderful talent of
No,
putting
that's
together
true.
pages. That people are riveted, I'm sure.
Yeah, and all this talk about these mistakes, I'm sure will get some attention.
Probably.
So you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
So it'll give you more things to talk about next week.
Oh, and I did put up a question, but I did it late, and because
Yeah,
I'm always
I
late.
had that written down, but I
So,
didn't figure you got a response.
I got a
to it.
few, but we're gonna see if we can get more.
Because
and
you
I'll-
don't want just a meal now. You
Yeah.
want a menu.
Yeah,
I
want
saw that.
whole
Like a
plan.
weekly
and
plan.
I didn't see that you
No,
commented.
girl, no. I mean, we don't have kids at home. We eat we're sausage. We eat sausage wraps or Dairy Queen. I mean, that's like,
All right. Well,
Well, you can put that on my meal.
I will.
I'll just say my goodbyes, folks. We appreciate you listening. We're real happy to have Nicole over here with us, and go out and support the kids at the ball games and whatever. Mm-hmm. You folks in Gonzales, congratulations on your come and take it, and I hope you have a big crowd like you normally do. What else? What else y'all want to say?
I just want thank you for all the advertisers. Make sure you check out in the newspapers and shop local. Take care of those people.
Good deal. Michelle?
Have a great week and weekend, because we will talk to you next.
That's right.
All right. Goodbye,
See ya.
everybody.
Bye.